Greetings, you strange individuals. I am...
Skeletor,
Ah, brilliant. What do you want, Skele-Tiny?
I want to ask my cow question.
I haven't even done the intro yet.
I'll do it for you. Hello, this is SkeleTalk, a show with words. Shut up about it. Keep it to yourself.
Well, that was quite good, actually. Go on then, ask your cow question. You're obviously not going to let it drop.
Okay. Thompson Hereford Farm. I have many questions about cows, but this is the first. How can you tell whether cows are happy or sad? What are the signs of a happy cow? Can they smile? Or do they bark excitedly? I would like to know these things.
That was 4 questions, which I did not agree to. I hope you are ignored. Stop wasting everybody's time and let me begin my show.
I have more questions about cows.
Yes, I expect you do. I suppose this will become a thing now. Go away. Sorry, Farm. We start with a disturbing communication from Ben, astutely pointing out, I've decoded the final section of the Zodiac cipher, and it appears to be an Uber Eats order. Let's have a look. Yes, it reads...
This is the voice of the Zodiac. Half a pound of green leaf salad for me and my dog. I'll pack it myself in the parking lot. I'm tired of your shit.
Okay, that was terrifying. Whiplash, could you put another light on back there, please? I don't want to be looking into the shadows. Ben, a swan has about 25,000 feathers, but the vast majority of them are tiny little feathers situated around the head and neck. Interestingly, I once saw a horse with a feather on its bell end. I initially wondered if the horse had perhaps brutalized a chicken, but on reflection, I think the wind had probably just blown a feather onto the sticky lid. Thanks, Ben. Mimi Rogers asks, Did you see Sonic 3? No, I am in my 60s. Try again. Thompson Hereford Farm asks, Have you noticed that Monkey Boy bears a striking resemblance to Jared Leto? No, he looks like an idiot. I suppose he could be mistaken for an emaciated Che Guevara. And one time, at a Pantera show, a very drunk man incorrectly identified him as professional dickhead Anthony Kiedis, and could not be convinced otherwise. Thanks, Farm. Cat ASMR asks, What's the longest movie you ever saw, and how long was it? Probably Schindler's List. The print was a 35mm, 24 frames a second, so it was approximately 5,400 feet long, which is about 1,650 meters, give or take. Thanks for asking. Andrew wonders, if my minions and I put on a production of A Christmas Carol, who would play each role, suggesting that the casting is fairly obvious. Well, yes, Andrew, you are spot on, and I would of course play the role of Scrooge. Evil Lynn would be our Bob Cratchit, and Beastman would suit the role of Bob Marley. Thanks, Andrew. Mike Cannelloni asks, if I have done battle with any British heroes, such as Banana Man, Count Duckula, or Danger Mouse. Well, I have faced Super Sweep and Spider Sooty in a violent confrontation in 1982. They were trying to look tough to impress popular newsreader Moira Stewart. To be honest, she did seem quite impressed, but I maintain that 2 against 1 isn't fair. I once had an argument with Banana Man about plantains. I said they were just big bananas, and I ate an uncooked one in front of him to show off. As it turned out, I was wrong. It was horrible, and I didn't shit right for days. I have worked with Danger Mouse against Baron Greenback, albeit reluctantly, and Count Duckula and I are friends. And I once cut in line in front of Rhubarb in a queue for watermelon slices at Ozfest at Milton Keynes in 1998. Thanks, Mike. Retro Toy Guy Sai asks, where are my keys? Well, your house keys are still hanging in the outside of your front door. Your car keys are next to your toaster behind that loaf of bread. The key to the handcuffs your prisoner is wearing is on your desk underneath the flyer for the gutter cleaning company. And the key to your success is your enthusiasm and affability. Next. Paul Wilson wonders if Matthew Corbett ever ran out of dishcloths and decided to use sooty instead. Well, he definitely used sooty as a duster and as a cover for his 3-iron when he went golfing. We should really feel sorry for George from Rainbow. Here he is, halfway through Series 1, and look how grubby he is already. Poor filthy hippo. Thanks, Paul. Daniel Question has the following heron. He writes, you have to spend 12 hours in 2 of the following. Which would you choose and why? Landshark, B-Wing, The Sea View, Eva Green, or Anne Hathaway? How can I be in 2 of these at the same time? I suppose the ladies you mention might consent to accommodate me simultaneously, the logistics of which I cannot specify here. Or I suppose I could try to stuff... Whiplash, you'll have to cut that bit. It's disgusting.
Yes, Skeletor.
Soda Cauldron has an important inquiry. Here it is. Soda is wondering about the etymology of the word sofa. Well, its origin possibly dates back to ancient Egypt, but became more widely used in the 17th century. It comes from the Arabic word sufar, which means a sheltered, raised platform. Here's a photo of a sofa made of beaks. Thank you, Soda. And sticking with the beaky theme, Stephen Gray asks me to shed some light on a recent dream of his, which featured the following fragment of song.
It's Alice and the bird, bok bok. Alice and the bird, bok bok. Alice and the bird, bok bok. Alice and the bird.
Yes. The song probably references Alice Handkerchief, the lady who works in the poorly named Sealand fish and chip shop in Leamington Spa. She can often be found out back of the premises, having a ciggy and flicking bits of batter at a partially lame starling which frequents the area in the late afternoons. Thank you, Stephen. I expect you now feel quite silly. Next. Weapon Zero asks, who is the coolest one-shot Motu villain and why is it Dark Dream? Well, you've identified the correct character and he is cool because he looks like Shadow Weaver. Here's a custom Dark Dream with this amusing sentence on the card back. Thanks, Weapon. Delvian Seek wants to know why a group of crows is called a murder. Well, the term has its roots in folklore and superstition about crows and death. It's an English term from the 15th century. Other interesting terms for flocks of corvidae are a mischief of magpies and an unkindness of ravens. Thanks, Delvian.
Skeletor.
What? Whiplash and spirit of Whiplash and spirit of Whiplash.
That wasn't very funny.
Fuck off!
Yes, Skeletor.
K-Dog points out that today is Super Bowl Sunday and presents some options for a party platter. I would choose a huge pizza, sir. And I must tell you that, aside from the Miami Dolphins cheerleaders, I know nothing about American football. It seems unnecessarily confusing, and I doubt anyone outside the US understands what the fuck is going on. K-Dog also asks, what's the best beer Britain has to offer? Sorry, sir. I don't know much about that either, I'm afraid. I occasionally have a Coors Light on a hot day, but that, of course, is from your side of the pond. Thanks for the questions. Reading Movies asks, why are Horse Ninja's trousers crotchless? Well, why are you looking at a horse's crotch? Anyway, Horse Ninja's pants are without crotch so that they do not rip when he executes a tiger knee or a spinning bird kick, and so that he can weaponize his erection. Spoiler alert, if you'd seen the movie, you would know this. Also, he likes feeling the wind around his bollocks. Thanks, man. Alex James has heard that Malcolm McDowell is my first cousin, and that I visited him on the set of Star Trek Generations, where he got Shatner's autograph for me. Oh dear, Alex, your information source is leading you up the garden path again. Malcolm McDowell is my second cousin twice removed, and I visited him in 1979 on the set of Caligula, whereupon he urinated on me in front of Helen Mirren. Thanks, Alex. Jason Raphael Murdoch is trying to forget the existence of Taylor Swift and wants to know if he should use alcohol, allergy medication, or a bowling ball. Well, Jason, if I were you, I'd throw everything at the problem. If it were me, I would take a couple of alcohol tablets before drinking most of the bowling ball, and then smashing myself over the head with a box of antihistamines. I wish you the best of luck. Finally, this week, General Stephen Jones of the Expansion Division asks, if Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, and Jennifer Lawrence were trapped in an elevator, who would be the first to be consumed by the other two? Well, there can be only one outcome here, and does not even require the trapped element. Here's how it would play out. Swift makes the mistake of entering an elevator containing Cyrus and Lawrence. She does not sense the danger. As the doors are closing, Cyrus throws herself upon Swift, tearing out her trachea, a key part of Swift's respiratory system, with her teeth, like a werewolf. As her prey rapidly expires, Cyrus encourages Lawrence to remove the victim's jewellery before dropping the body dismissively onto the floor. Cyrus then allows Lawrence to eat the lion's share of any meat to be found, whilst herself observing from the corner, giggling and drawing smiley faces in the blood which is all over the mirror. When Lawrence has eaten her fill, Cyrus descends upon the remains. She's only interested in the bones, which she begins crunching up enthusiastically, like a savage. Then, not concerned about leaving bits scattered everywhere, Cyrus and Lawrence lick themselves and each other clean. They straighten their attire and calmly leave the crime scene before going to a nearby pret-a-manger for coffee and cake. They do not speak of the incident, but they share a smile, and each has a knowing twinkle in the eye. And we are done for another week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please keep it under your hat and ignore the caption currently on your screen. If you'd like to ask me something weird for next week, by all means do that. Let's leave the cage open so the episode can escape. Oh, and one last thing. Get out of my sight before I beat you.